Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Friday 15, which happens every Friday at 12 p.m. Central Time, where we answer your industry questions. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and like our channel. Also, I just wanted to mention that coming up the week of January 23rd to the 29th, we will be hosting our second annual Host Week. Great opportunity for you to be able to listen in to different host agencies as well as suppliers to kind of learn about things that are going on in the industry, things that are going on with them, promotions, things like that. So make sure that you do tune into that. And that information can be found on our events page on our Host Agency Reviews website. And keep checking back because we'll have more information as we get closer to the event. So our first question comes from Ann. Hi, Steph. I am on furlough from my job as a corporate agent, and I've started the 7-day setup challenge as an exploration into other possibilities within the travel industry. My niche would be Scotland and cruises, especially music cruises, and I was wondering if you have any suggestions about my niche. So, Anne, first off, so sorry to hear that you're on furlough. I know it's been so difficult for everybody in the travel industry, and I know that business travel is having a much harder time rebounding than the leisure side of things. So, hang in there. But it's great to see that you're going to take some of that knowledge as a corporate agent and are considering maybe doing some leisure on the side. So I think that's a great fit for you, in all honesty, because you have a lot of knowledge as a corporate agent that I think will really help you out when starting your travel agency. And I know that you were trying to find other ways, other possibilities in the industry of things that you could do. And I know that you had mentioned that you had found our website and you were looking at taking the 7-day setup challenge. So 7-day setup challenge is really a great way to start. It's free to you, has a lot of information on how to get your business started. How do you set up your business financials? How do you determine what your business structure is, working with preferred suppliers, choosing a niche, and then also choosing a host agency. So, so I'm glad that you're taking the time to go through that. And then also, I just want to make sure that you are also aware that we do have a 7-day setup Facebook group, that this is really a great way for you to be able to network with other peers and advisors that are also just getting started out. And it's a great way to network with them and get tips and insight from them as well on, things that they've done that have worked for them or maybe has not worked for them. If you're looking to work with a particular supplier or host agency, great place to ask a question. So let me real quick, I just wanted to share with you quickly where to go on our website. So when you go to our site, I would go ahead and go to resources and then do start here. And as you scroll down below where it's new agents and then the experienced agents, so here's where you can join the 7-day setup Facebook group is right here. And then, after you have about a year or more experience, then consider maybe looking at joining the Think Tank Facebook group, because this is going to be more experienced agents and there's going to be a lot more going into that group. But starting off with the Facebook group for the 7-day setup is a really great place to start. And then just, so that also too, under the resources is the 7-day setup challenge is just right here. And you can just click here to start the challenge. So I just want to make sure you knew where to go for both of those. Okay. And so I know that, so real quickly, I'm going to go ahead and put some links in the comments for the 7-day setup Facebook group. And then also the 7-day setup challenge. I am going to put that later into the comments because our second question also has some questions about that as well. So, and I know that, you're looking at picking a niche. So that can be somewhat difficult, but you've already kind of narrowed it down to that you want to focus on Scotland, and then also cruises, specifically music cruises, which is really a great place to start. So here's some suggestions for you. First, I would start reaching out to Scotland's Tourist Board. This is a really great place to start. They're a really great resource for you on everything that they offer, and from the logistics of going to Scotland and the different parts of Scotland. So you're going to learn so much. And I would suggest too, becoming a Scotland destination specialist. This is really a great way to become the expert in Scotland. And it's going to give your clients too, they're going to know that you specialize in Scotland. So this is really a great way to learn a bit more about the country and everything that they have to offer. So I'm going to put a link in the comments for you on the Visit Scotland website. So when you get a chance, go ahead and take a look at that. And then, like I mentioned, I would definitely become a destination specialist for Scotland as well. So also, you're going to kind of need to determine what is it that you do want to sell. Are you interested in selling package vacations or more FITs where you kind of put together the trip? So you're packaging the air, the land, the car together. So taking an idea of that's something, which direction do you want to go? Honestly, I think just starting out, I think a really good place to start is package vacations, because it's almost like a one-stop shopping for you. And it's a really great way to build your business, and you can branch out to the more FIT packages you're interested down the line too. So consider that. And there are so many really great tour operators out there that have trips to Scotland. So that would be something else to consider. So just a couple of the suppliers that do trips to Scotland, take a look at Trafalgar Tours, Globus Family of Brands, Insight Vacations, Classic Vacations, and CIE does more Ireland, but that would be another company I would take a look at as well. So, and it's always good to have a focus starting out, like what do you want to start with? And then you can kind of grow from there. So I think just starting off with Scotland is great. And then I think that what's going to happen for you is you're going to eventually grow your business to probably becoming also a UK and an Ireland specialist. That's kind of where I see things going for you. So keep those things in mind as well. So I think something that's going to help you is I'm going to put a link in the comments on how to choose a niche. Really great article on all the things to consider when you are choosing a niche. And I think the fact that you already have a really good idea of starting with Scotland is really a great stepping stone for you. And then I know that you had also mentioned that you are interested in selling cruises and specifically music cruises. So there are many suppliers out there. So I would suggest narrowing down your choices of cruise lines that you want to work with, maybe down to 2 or 3. And that's really a really good place to start. So obviously focusing on cruises to Europe, and find out, do they offer any theme type cruises or music cruises? Also, another thought is, have you considered selling river cruises? This is a really high-end product. River cruises, most of them have themed cruises. And I know they specifically do offer, maybe 2, 3 cruises a year that are music cruises only. So that might be something to consider as well. So some suggestions for river cruise lines you might want to take a look at is Avalon Waterways, Alma Waterways, Viking. Those are all really good places to start as well. And then for each one of those, they probably have a river cruise specialist program as well. So maybe consider becoming a river cruise specialist or even a cruise specialist too. Those are really good things to have, as part as you're building up your business, is having those designations as well. So, and one other thing to consider is becoming is going on to CLIA's website. They do have some certifications, so you could become a certified travel or cruise counselor. So taking a look at their website and what they have to offer as well. And they're mostly cruises, but they do have river cruise opportunities on there as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some links in the comments for you on a guide to research and qualifying suppliers, plus CLIA's website for you as well. And then finally, depending on the path that you choose to take your business, I would also suggest at some point maybe joining a host agency. There's a lot of benefits with a host, but really you're going to get the opportunity to have preferred supplier relationships already established with a host agency, and they're going to have so many different suppliers there for you, especially with both of the 2 niches you're considering doing. This would be really something to consider. And, plus you can earn higher commissions with them. There's training and educational opportunities. They have lots of marketing and technology. So maybe consider joining a host agency at some point as well too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some links in the comments on benefits of joining a host agency for you. So when you have time, take a look at that as well. So thank you so much for your question. I do appreciate it, Anne, and good luck to you. So our next question comes from Anne as well. So how much should I be prepared to invest in order to set up my business? So I'm just starting out and trying to figure out how much will it cost me to get going, and do I need any certifications? Thanks for your insight. So this is a really good question, and it's important to know, how much roughly can you expect to initially invest to start up your travel agency business. And so here's a little bit of some tips for you, as well as some suggestions on certifications that are available to you as well. So, startup costs can range anywhere from $25 to $20,000. It really depends on the type of travel agency model you want to choose. So, for example, if you choose to be a hosted agent, so you're joining a host agency, typically the costs range from $1,000 to $2,500. And, in one of our surveys, we do ask this question, and we did find that in 2020, the average cost to start up was about $2,500. So, and then if you were looking at something like a franchise startup model, those can range anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000. So, there's a lot that are cruise, really dedicated to cruises. So if that's something you're really passionate about, maybe that's a route to go to. And then, so overall, the average is really going to be anywhere between $1,500 to $2,500 in starting up your agency. So we have a really great article that I think would help you out, that I'm going to put a link into the comments on travel agency startup cost. So make sure you take a look at that. And then also, something else to consider is educational programs. So including what it might cost to do some trainings, is a really great investment, not only for you, but for your business. So maybe also considering that when you're looking at your overall cost is including some training as well. So, obviously the first place you can start is with our free 7-day setup challenge. So take a look at that, because that's going to help you with everything from setting up your choosing your business structure to choosing a host agency, your niche, things like that. So that's a good place to start. Also, I would recommend that ASTA has the Roadmap to Becoming a Travel Advisor course, and that was created by the founder, Steph Lee, of Host Agency Reviews. So make sure to take advantage of that course as well. And that course currently, we do have a special on that it's $99, but that does end here in about 6 weeks. So you would want to use code HAR99 and do it now, because after the first year, that does go to $149. But it's a really great program that gives you all that you need to know in order to get started. And then, also ASTA has their Verified Advisor program, so you could take a look at that as well. And then the Travel Institute has some great programs too. So, where you could become a certified traveler associate, or a certified traveler or travel counselor as well. So you could get your CTA or CTC certificate, which are really important designations to have, in all honesty. So, and these programs do, you are going to spend a couple $100 to get certified, but at the end of the day, it is well worth it. So, maybe just starting with one course, maybe starting out with the ASTA course, the Roadmap Becoming a Travel Advisor, and then as you're kind of growing your business and you have your niche and all that, maybe that's when you decide, you know what, I think now I want to become a certified travel counselor, or I also want to become a cruise line counselor. So these are all really great designations and training programs for you to take advantage of as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some links in our comments on just a couple of the travel agent certification programs that are out there. I'm going to put a link to our 7-day setup challenge, as well as ASTA's Roadmap course, and then the Travel Institute as well for you. And then earlier I did put the CLIA website into the comments as well. So just making sure when you have a chance, go ahead and take a look at all those. And, becoming a destination specialist, things like that, all that really benefits you at the end of the day. So great question. Thank you for reaching out to us, Anne, and good luck to you. So that is it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at hostagencyreviews.com/Friday15, where we answer your interesting questions, and we'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.